Today's show brought to you by HP. So Feldman, you know how like strongly and how endearingly I feel about AT&T, right?
Yes, the iPhone and AT&T.
My favorite company in the world.
Favorite in the world.
The question, of course, about AT&T is the day that the iPhone opens up to Verizon or one of the other carriers, will there be, what I call mutiny? Will there be mass defection? What do you think?
I think a lot of people are going to leave.
I think I would use the word almost mutiny, in a sense, brand mutiny, because there would be almost mass defection. So AT&T really has two options to change that. One is they're going to have to throw a lot of perks, and a lot of discounts and a lot of really great deals our way, and that might just work. But the other thing is, of course, customer service and being able to fix the problem. People are inherently lazy, and there is inertia, and we generally don't like to change, even if that means, changing to a better provider. So AT&T really does need to fix the problem. Otherwise, no amount of offers and unlimited minutes and rollover minutes is going to make a difference. So I noticed the other day a new app, and I suppose I could take credit for it because I wrote a piece on AT&T and their poor service, and then I spoke to a couple of reporters, and I came up with suggestions about the fact that I thought that they should, in fact, use an iPhone and create an app to be able to allow them to connect with their customers. Well, that's exactly what they're doing. Whether, in fact, they did take it from me, if so, you're welcome. And if they didn't, then you know what? I'm still going to take credit for it. But that's not what I'm talking to you about. It's called Mark the Spot. And it actually is very, very simple. It does nothing else but be able to report on a dropped call, which I had a bunch with you today, call fail, poor data, loss of voice, no coverage, whatever the case may be. The 4 or 5 biggest problems with anybody's AT&T service. And then you can kind of cross-tab it by seldom, once, occasionally, or always. And then you hit a button, it marks the spot on the map, and it sends that report back to AT&T, and AT&T then sends an SMS to confirm that they received it. And of course, here's what I love about it. If you might be thinking about it, which is like, I don't get it. How can you report on loss of service when in actual fact there's no service? Well, it stores it until such time that it reconnects, and then it sends it through. Now, so what's going on here? Well, there are a couple of things. One, it is no different to what happens with Windows when you have the blue screen of death and you have a crash, where immediately it says Windows would like to send information back to Microsoft to better service you in the future. So that's really what's happening here. What I love about it is it's going straight to, that source of breakdown. It's using the iPhone at the time that the problem occurs. So I like that real-time resolution. They're acknowledging the customer, they're acknowledging the problem. It's the first step in flipping the funnel. The other thing they're doing is potentially engaging in dialogue, in the sense where they're sending you a text message back. That's kind of where it stops for now. What I'd like to see, and if you're listening, AT&T, here's some free consulting for you. Continue the dialogue, progress reports. I want to know how many other people are having the same problems. Most importantly, I want to know what you're doing about it. And most importantly, I want to know that you've actually fixed the problem. So the I of incentivization, what's in it for me besides better service? But come on, I want a better service should be the price of entry. So I'd like to see how you incentivize people that actually contribute and participate and actually make you, help you do your jobs better. And then finally, activation. Maybe in the case of activation, will be some kind of always-on community that constantly is alive, that is operating in real time, that is resolving problems as they happen, that becomes almost a self-fulfilling prophecy. So congratulations to AT&T. It looks like finally you're stepping up. You're taking, some degree of accountability, and you're looking to fix the problem. It remains to be seen whether, in fact, you do anything with this information, this data, and I think people will get very, very impatient very soon if they don't see results, but it's a step in the right direction. Jaffe@powered.com or @JaffeJuice on Twitter.
It's time to flip the funnel now. Pick up a copy of my new book, available wherever books are sold.